Animal Crossing is the perfect game. Nobody hates it, everyone loves it, unanimously. Right? Well, I mean, we could do an experiment real quick. Raise your hand if you hate Animal Crossing. Nobody's raising their hand. You can't prove me wrong. Lately, though, it is starting to get pretty boring. Since my island is finally 5 stars and I've done basically everything, I just log in to see what's new in the store, only for Nook's shop to have the same effing candle for the 9th day in a row. I'd kinda like to have another daily routine game instead of feeling disappointed by a game every morning when I'm already disappointed every day by my real life. You get what I'm saying. I hoped you liked that small visual novel I made myself in my own house simply because I don't have the means to record my own Animal Crossing game on my Switch Lite. Also, because this channel's not like other channels, it's built different. All that being said, let's throw Animal Crossing out the window and let's talk about a brand new game that you don't even have to wait for because it releases today. You're welcome, by the way. This game is called Cozy Grove, and instead of decorating an island with Mario pipes, paying off a massive debt because you can't get enough of it IRL, and watching your neighbors act like they're an airplane for the 700th time, in Cozy Grove, you decorate your campsite in the middle of a forest, interact with ghosts who haunt said forest and actually have stories of their own, and explore to find secrets and uncover mysteries all on a day-to-day basis because just like Animal Crossing, Cozy Grove takes place in real time. If you aren't a fan of the real-time mechanic in Animal Crossing, there's a chance you still might enjoy this game as it's a bit more defined, whereas instead of randomly doing tasks like shaking trees and planting flowers with the ultimate goal of making an arbitrary amount of money because of reasons, I guess, in Cozy Grove, every character has a story that progresses each day you play, a world that changes as time goes on. It's a game that relies on emotional storytelling as well as adventuring that spans across the months you play. So maybe that's more up your alley as opposed to paying a raccoon for a year straight like I did. Weird that Animal Crossing came at a perfect time last year because it released just as the pandemic was kicking into full gear, just as everyone was staying inside 24/7, and here we are again. Cozy Grove is releasing at the perfect time because everyone is still staying inside 24/7. Now you can wake up, brew up some coffee, or make some matcha, my personal favorite, put on your slippers and chill out to some Cozy Grove on your Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, or Apple Arcade. Those are the platforms. Figured I'd sneak them in right here. So what's actually going on in Cozy Grove? Well, let's throw up some gameplay for you. Boom. Add some crazy edits and effects just for fun. Gameplay has probably already been playing this whole time. Whatever. Anyways, you play as a spirit scout whose main goal is to help out the ghosts that are haunting the island. The storyline is the focus in Cozy Grove. The developers, Spry Fox, wanted to create a game that you could play like Animal Crossing, in which you play for short periods of time when you can. It's not a grindy game where you play for hours on end each day, but more of a play for 30 minutes, then go on with your day until tomorrow type game. Cozy Grove will literally tell you when you've progressed the story all you can for a given day. That's not even a joke. It'll straight up be like, there's no more story. Move on. You can, of course, keep playing if you want. Obviously, your game isn't going to force close or anything, but you can only progress the story a certain amount each day. This game is definitely for the kind of people that like to watch TV shows as episodes release each week versus the everything is bingeable lifestyle we live in now where no one has patience anymore ever. I personally enjoy both, but having a story stretch out across longer periods of time is nice because it creates more accessible memories. You'll be able to connect with things and remember moments easier if they're not jumbled up in a week's time. I'm looking at you, Animal Crossing time jumpers. Gameplay-wise, there's tons of stuff to do in Cozy Grove even after you can't progress the story on a given day. You can go fishing, first of all, which is literally the best thing in any game ever. Don't argue with me, you'll lose. There's secrets to find around the island, shells to collect, a museum just like in Animal Crossing. You can decorate your campsite and upgrade it into larger tents. There's even crafting in this game with recipes to craft a bunch of stuff, more decorations, customization items. You can buy clothing, find special merchants, get quests, dig up treasure, sell stuff, get money, get rich, pay off Tom Nook maybe. Just kidding, there's no debt in this game, but there is a lot to collect if that's your thing. It is mine for sure. Just the fact that there's fishing sells it for me. Fishing is such a dopamine rush in games. It's dope. Get it? Dopamine. Haha, just made that up. That's not on script. I'm moving on. And I don't think I'll ever get enough of fishing minigames in games they're epic. 40 hours of story in this game, guys. 40 hours of story and side quests stretched over months of time, even more if you want to collect everything. Memories to be made, distraction from real life, coziness in Cozy Grove, a collect-a-thon, the perfect game for the times we are still in. And it's on Nintendo Switch. What else could you ask for? I won't even have to get out of bed to play. This game is literally out on April 8th, which is the day this video goes up. If I wasn't lazy and actually got it edited and felt good about the final product, which you never know anymore, I'm still out here trying to find my YouTube calling by mixing my love for game news and dumb comedy. Who knows if this is up to my standards by the time I'm done, but at least it's a start. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Look at that rhyme. Now I'm out of time. I'm a genius. Nothing rhymes with genius. I should leave this now. This is getting embarrassing. Moving on. All jokes aside, check out Cozy Grove. Art style is gorgeous. Fishing is dope. I need a new relaxing game, so do you. I'm probably actually playing it as you're watching this. I'm probably catching all the fish as we speak. It's my calling, but yeah, that's it for this video. Go ahead and like the video if you enjoyed it. You know, it helps out. Makes me feel like the time spent creating this video, staring at computer screens for hours on end, actually made an impact. Go ahead and do it, and subscribe for more news on games and weird comedy that honestly doesn't need to be included, but will be because that's just who I am. Game-wise, we'll be covering anything that focuses on loot, collection, progression, or all three. The big three, as I like to call them, simply because they're my favorite. Infinite finger guns to my Patreon supporters whose names are bouncing around on screen. If you also want infinite finger guns and your name bouncing around on screen like an absolute rock star, then consider supporting me on Patreon, link in description. You can also follow me on Twitter, link in description. The Steam link for Cozy Grove is also linked in the description. There's tons of amazing things linked in the description and the pinned comment. It's a cool place to be. Don't miss out. I promise it's worth it. Anyway, what a layered outro. I really got to trim these down. Until next time, laters.